These are the notes for inequalities that are a little more complicated, just multi-step. Follow the same rules as you do with equations, only you make sure that at the end, if you multiply or divide by a negative, that you switch the inequality. So I'm going to distribute first here. 1 minus 6 plus 42b greater than negative 39 plus 8b. And before I go any further, I'm going to combine my like terms. Don't start trying to solve without combining your like terms. So I'm going to get the variables on one side. I always take them to the left when I'm doing inequalities because they're going to need to be there to graph. You don't have to, but it saves you a step at the end. Get rid of the 5 by adding 5 to both sides. So to solve, I'm dividing by 34. Now, I'm going to get a negative number, but that I did not divide by a negative, just got a negative. So I don't switch the inequality sign. So I put my number on my number line. I always put one number to the right and one to the left to make sure I know where I'm at. Open circle around the 1 arrow going to the right, same direction as the arrow right there. Second one here, a little bit to do on the one side. The other side is fine, so I'm going to leave it, bring it down. And I'm going to distribute first, following my order of operations. Combine like terms. We don't want to start solving until we have just a variable term and a constant term at least. Moving the variables to the left now, so minus 12x. Get the 29 out of there. Now I divide by negative 6 to solve. Since I divided by a negative, that changes the inequality to greater than or equal to. So x is greater than or equal to negative 6. Again, it doesn't matter what your result on the right is. Graph it, put a number on either side. Solid circle is equal to, arrow going to the right. Last one has stuff to do on both sides here. So first I'm going to distribute on the left, making sure I get that negative to both terms, and distribute on the right. I still don't have everything combined that's like terms. I could combine these two together. So that is 24n plus negative 6 or minus 6. 24n plus 12. Move my variables to the left. The variables go away. There's always special cases when the variables go away. And so I ask, is this a true statement? So if this is a true statement, negative 6 is less than 12. Yes, it is. That means that this inequality is true for all real numbers. So you shade in dark, whole number line. I always like to write all reals with it too. You could even put an infinity and a negative infinity. It's everything, just to make sure they know it's not a blank number line. If you got to this place and this was not a true statement, you would write no solution. So if it said 12 is less than negative 6, that would not be true, and so you'd write no solution. And you could do a blank number line or just not shade on the number line, but you definitely want to write no solution. That's all the notes. You will do some practice problems and more examples in class.